wanted to introduce you to a couple of gold level sponsors of Top Rated MMA and the Bearded Biz Show. Number one, Anglesey Family Chiropractic. They're in Coeur d'Alene where I'm at. They're also in Spokane Valley. I know I have a lot of fighters that follow our show and have been able to connect with fighters from that area. If you're a fighter, if you're at the gym, or just need an adjustment, Dr. Craig Anglesey is your guy. Go check him out. He is in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane Valley. I also wanted to introduce you to Training is Ritual. They're an MMA apparel company based out of Alabama. They've got MMA gear for both men and women, accessories, rash guards, supplements. If you're into death metal, horror movies, leg locks, and MMA, this is the brand you want to go check out. They're an awesome apparel brand, high quality gear every time. Go check them out, trainingisritual.com. Well, Hannah, you're a coach, you're an MMA fighter, you're a fitness model. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Woo, busy couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you just won back in February. You won a split decision over Kathleen Nelson at Combat Night 115. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh yeah, she was a good opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great fight. I like to kind of start things off from the beginning there. Where did you grow up and how did you get into this MMA fight thing?
Cool. So I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. Yeah. I was a big rugby player before this.
Okay.
Super into rugby. I played for ORSU. So that's a team in the WPL league, the Women's Premier League. So we don't have women's pro rugby in the US, but it's as close as you can get.
Oh, cool.
And,
okay.
So one of the OGs, one of an ORSU legend on our team, Robin Valley Woods. I don't know if you heard of her. She's also a Portland fighter or used to fight. She opened up her own MMA gym.
Oh, nice.
And she kind of just reached out to the rugby club. Don't get fat in the off season. Take a free Jiu Jitsu class. And I don't know how I was one of the only people that showed up. Okay. But I did. And awesome. Oh man, she just fed my ego. Didn't jump into Jiu Jitsu right away, but she kind of kept poking at me that I had the perfect body type for fighting. And one day there was just a bag and I got there early and I kind of just had fun playing on it. I had no idea what I was doing. And she walked up behind me and saw me and just pretty much just said right off the bat, "You're a natural. This is what you need to do." So I said, "Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, let's just try it out." I didn't expect to come back in the next day and she already had a fight lined up for me.
Wow. Okay.
So I never even put gloves on before.
Sure. Wow.
Yeah, but it's okay. So at that point, we went right into it. We both committed to each other fully. She wrote me like a 4 or 5 day a week training regimen. She hooked me up with George Gonzalez, probably one of the best boxing coaches in the Pacific Northwest. And 4.5 months later, I had my first fight for the FCFF against Patty Elliott, and it ended up being fight of the year.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
That was so cool. But it just started so fast. And when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I had a team behind me.
Come on. What were your friends and your family thinking when you're like, yeah, I'm going to go fight in this cage thing?
I think when I started playing rugby, we already passed that threshold that I'm sick. I'm already out there. We went from playing soccer and everyone thought I was going to go to college for soccer. And then I found rugby. So I dropped soccer. I went full on rugby and busted through that. So I don't think it shocked anybody.
Sure. That's awesome.
And I don't know what the next step is. What's more intense than MMA? Bare knuckle?
Bare knuckle, yeah. That's awesome. You do a lot of work with Women of Combat. Nancy is so wonderful. She's amazing. Met her several times. What's your experience been like working with those guys?
Not even just my fighting career. She's helped me come out of my comfort zone. Wow. My philosophy is always just working hard to be a better version of myself, whether that's in the cage, personal life, family, mentally. She's just really helped me with that. Taking us on these combat trips to train with different gyms. I talked about Robin, and my wife is also in my corner and one of my coaches. So I'm very tight knit. I've stayed in nice and tight. Yeah. And she really helped me branch out and step into a different gym. I was originally going to have either Robin or my wife, Becky, come with me on that first trip. And last minute, neither of them could go. So I did it by myself.
Wow. And
it was just one of those moments where we're I do need my support, but I am capable of doing these things on my own.
Sure. Yeah.
I have that I have that potential. And that was just super cool. And then beyond that, it wasn't just training for ourselves. We went to the elementary school and we did like a presentation for the kids and a demo. We went to this like a modeling group and just talked to them and helped inspire and empower others. And that kind of hit me hard that I just get to be myself, my true self, and I'm empowered around me.
Yeah.
That was just like a light bulb moment that, I mean, I'm fighting people in the cage, but I'm inspiring people to be fighters just in their lives, period.
Yeah.
And that's just so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and fighting it is such a mental game as much as it is a physical game. What do you do mentally to prepare for your fights?
So there's this Netflix, I just try to chill. I relax. Okay. I try not, I mean, in the beginning, I would just kind of go crazy with Hulkana. I go smash. And I mean, you could see from my beginning fights, I think it was my King of the Cage second fight ever, 6 months experience. I'm swinging. I didn't even know how to hit her face, but I'm just going to town.
Right.
So it's like, okay, hold on. You got to hone it in a little bit, calm yourself in here. Before a fight, man, if I'm not wearing my onesie PJs or my hoodies and fuzzy socks, I usually have my wife with me. We're watching, it's called Nailed It on Netflix. It's like it's pretty much how badly you can bake.
Okay.
Awesome. I mean, and it just cracks me up. Sometimes I watch it in Spanish, and I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but I just stay nice and light. I mean, I'm focused. I'm always focused when I get in the cage, but you know, I don't need my adrenaline peaking before I'm fighting. I don't want my energy depleted before I even began.
Right.
So, and then, you know, it's good to remember, like, I'm here because I love to be here, because I want to be here.
Yeah.
It's scary. And it wasn't until my, that fight I had in November, it was actually a loss, but that was that first moment before the fight where my nerves weren't the overwhelming feeling. I felt calm going in there. I was like, oh, that click. It's like, hey, okay, yes, it's good to have a healthy amount of nerves, but man, it's an honor to be here. I worked hard to be here. Let's enjoy being here. Just staying positive, man.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned you wear the onesie, but do you have any backstage rituals that you do before you walk out to the stage or out to the cage there?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
I mean, not really. I mean, every promotion's going to have their things ran a little differently. I do believe in routines. I have the same exact warm-up, whether I am having a recovery, super light, chill workout day, whether it's strength and conditioning, technique, or a fight. My warm-up is the exact same thing every time. So, awesome. I mean, yes, there'll be different situations, different promotions, different warm-up areas, but at the end of the day, like when it's time to warm up and I get my hands wrapped, it's what I do every day. It's every day. It's the same thing. It's go time.
Love it. I assume you're probably planning to go pro. Do you have a goal date in mind of when you want to do that?
Yeah. Well, I actually already signed a contract and I had a fight scheduled for the end of April, but with this whole coronavirus, things are just getting pushed out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you heard of Contender. They're that UK promotion. They're coming to Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going to be fighting on that. I hadn't announced it yet. I was going to announce it right after my last fight. That was going to happen a couple weeks ago. That got canceled day of.
Oh,
so
man.
I have announced it, but hopefully in July is what I'm thinking to go pro.
Okay.
I want to, but you know, what happens. I'm fine to kind of ride this out. Let's see how it goes. And I'm going to stay positive again. Hey, that means I got a couple more months to work out the kinks.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. How did you get the nickname the Shark?
I think it's that forward mentality. Mr. Burke, my coach's coach for Muay Thai.
Okay.
He came to one of my fights and he knew I didn't have the most experience, but he's like, a lot of that's here and a lot of that's here. And he said, when it comes down to it, you go forward. You just go forward. And I don't know what it was, but that just really stuck. Yeah. And I just started developing this shark mentality where, you know, you don't even have to go fast. And that could be outside of the cage too. As long as you're constantly moving forward and just reaching for something and working towards something, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, if a shark stops swimming, it dies. A shark is not even able to swim backwards. Why should we go backwards?
Yeah. Come on, you got me fired up here.
Oh yeah.
Come
Ooh, I
on,
think I'm
that's
starting
awesome.
to sweat a little bit. Yeah, and then you know what? The tattoo helps too.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's
Which
awesome.
is cool because now my coaches are starting to get shark tattoos on
I
them.
saw that. That's so
Alex
cool.
Brannum's got the one on his neck. My wife's
Okay.
got a really cool side piece. Hey,
Yeah,
Robin, I don't know if you're going to watch this eventually. It's your turn.
that's right. That's awesome. I wanted to transition to a couple fun questions. I've got these things here called pod decks. Essentially, they're just random questions. I'm going to pull one out and see what happens, and hopefully it's not a flop. Okay. What's the dumbest way you've been injured?
Walking the dog.
Okay.
And I rolled my ankle. And this is what just came out to my head first. I just answered on the fly.
Yeah.
I was and I was already MMA fighting. I'm training 4 hours a day. I'm doing combat. I walked the dog and my ankle just rolled. And I had to sit my ass down on the curb for like 5 minutes because I couldn't walk. I had to wait for my wife to get off work. She'd come pick me up.
So when you're not training, you're not in the gym, what are you doing for fun?
Oh, well, right now I'm not going to lie. Training does take up a lot of my time, but
Okay.
I like being outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense on the West Coast more than here, but I just like to take my shoes off and feel the ground under my toes.
Right.
That just connection there feels good. I love, love, love the ocean.
Yeah.
Hence, I've lived on Oregon, that's on the coast. I lived in Hawaii, that's surrounded by water.
Sure.
I'm here in Florida. I'm always close to the water. Scuba diving.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess maybe I like those intense things. So if I'm not in the cage, you could find me 100 feet under the ocean.
That is awesome. Do you have a favorite type of music or favorite band that you like to listen to?
I've been getting into this. I think it's called like psychedelic pop.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you heard of Glass Animals. There's a song called Gooey.
Okay.
And that's just, I'll listen to that one on repeat right now. But
Okay.
I'm definitely one of those opposites kind of person. I like different extremes that you wouldn't think go together, but they do. I love reggae a lot. I'll go for that old punky stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been really into this like psychedelic style music.
Okay. Very cool. Last question for you. What's your go-to cheat meal?
Oh, I've been munching on some Oreos lately.
Okay. That's my favorite as well.
Oh, I love them. It's so bad. That's why I have to work out so much too.
That's awesome.
Gotta keep it lean and mean.
That's right. Well, Hannah, I also wanted to give you an opportunity just to give out a shout out to coaches, teammates, sponsors, anything like that. The camera's all yours.
Yeah, cool. I mean, Women of Combat, we already brought them up, but they support me, whether it's just like in here support, but it's also support with the opportunities. You're taking me to other gyms. I'm meeting UFC fighters, top level coaches. I mean, I don't make so much yet fighting, but you help me with gear. That's huge. I'm sure Robin is very, very happy her legs aren't getting busted up anymore for practicing those low kicks. Thanks for the pads. Yeah. My wife, a big one, Rebecca Summers, she started her gym that's mostly online, but she works with me obviously in person, Shark Attack Athletics.
Okay.
I don't really know whether to call it right now my gym or my sponsor. I really think they're both.
Sure.
So right now, Shark Attack Athletics, it's the three of us. It's still those three amigos. I got Becky, Robin, and me. And then Robin handles all my MMA. Thank you. You work with me every day, one-on-one. You're coaching me. I mean, we talk about pride, ego, technique, so much. It's amazing. Becky, she does my strength, my conditioning, all of my nutrition. So I'm really being taken care of between them. And then American Top Team over in Longwood. That's really become my second home gym right now.
Yeah.
They're just so great. They've really opened me up to grappling. I'm starting to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I go in every day. I'm finding myself now having like a lineage. I mean, I know the Muay Thai lineage, that's what I started with. But now I've like all of a sudden got this pride starting to build up that, hey, I'm a part of a Jiu Jitsu lineage now too.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's just opened me up in a whole nother dynamic I didn't know was there. And that's great for my MMA career, but also just, hey, you can't take punches for the rest of your life, but I could roll for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool. Another shout out to the UFC gym in Orlando. I know I'm not like officially a part of your gym, but you've opened it up and welcomed me to your family. I love our Saturday MMA sessions. Thank you. Cool. Then, you know, coast to coast. Hey, I'm from Portland. I'm here in Florida now. I've got fans in Hawaii. Just, hey, my Shark family, coast to coast. I feel the love. I feel the support. We're just going to keep moving forward together.
Come on.
All right.
Hannah, this has been such an awesome conversation and such an honor to be able to have you on my show. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Cool, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for hanging around. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more videos from Top Rated MMA and the Bearded Biz Show, please click the playlist and also hit subscribe to our channel. Become part of the Top Rated MMA and Bearded Biz community. We would really appreciate your support. Also, please leave a comment below. I will read and respond to all of them. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.